I think we're okay. Hey, everybody. I got this thing set right? Or no? Let me move it over here a little bit. Is that better? Do you think that's better? Or no better? What are you all doing? KM says hi. Hi, KM. Hope everything works all right. It's hot out again today. Surprising, right? Florida in July, hot. Who would have thought? I think all the yards are mowed this morning. They mowed my yard at 8 o'clock this morning. They mowed across the street early this morning. The lady next door here, I think they started mowing her yard like on Thursday or Friday. Who knows? And across the street over there, the Canadians' yard, I think they done that like 2 or 3 days ago. That yard over there was mowed. I think we might be good for a while, huh? Maybe kind of quiet. It's a little breezy. I've got my iPad out here. That's all I got. There's no microphone on it except what's in the iPad. So if you do get a little bit of wind noise, there's really not much I can do about it other than move this. I'm over in the corner now. You guys probably can't see, but I was sitting over there and it seemed like there was a lot of wind coming around the corner. So I moved over here to this corner, and it's twofold. One is I don't think there's as much wind here, but it's also hotter here. And if you guys know, for the last 2 weeks, what happens when it gets really hot, my iPad shuts off. So today, if that happens, and I don't really know how we're going to do this, I brought a wash rag and, can you guys see it, and a bag of ice. I got it sitting here so that cold water will go into that wash rag. I can rinse it out and maybe put it in the back part. I'm feeling it back here now. And already it's starting to warm up. I can feel it. I don't know, man. I don't know what causes these things to heat up like that, but it is. Let me pull it out a little bit. Maybe that'll help. But if we can get an hour out of this without shutting off, I guess we're doing good. By the way, somebody said hi. I forget who it was. Who was it? Let me see. I gotta go look. Well, that's the wrong button. I'll find it here. That's I got down in my description box. Here we go. Jim Weber says, free at last. KM says hi. Jerry Bell says, hey, y'all. 1952 Toot says, hi, Skip. Hi. By the way, yesterday, Sue left the garage door open, and I just happened to come out here because we're getting ready to have that guy come back and trim all my bushes. And I was just kind of looking at everything. And I'll be damned, if you guys watch these porch settings all the time, that damn dove was back. And she was in my driveway, and she had a dead leaf of some kind walking around with it in her mouth. And the garage door was open, so I had to shut it real quick. Man, when do these things stop making a nest? It drives me nuts. Shake and Bake says, hot and humid here in Connecticut. Well, join the club. It's hot and humid here, too. I just hope that this thing don't shut off on me in the middle of something exciting. Nothing exciting happens around here. John W. Hogan says, hello, everybody. Kevin K says, slow Skip, 82 in Indiana. And he's in Fort Wayne, so that's northern Indiana. So if it's hot up there, it's probably hot everywhere. But 82 is not bad. Not in Indiana, I don't think. From what I can remember. It's been a while since I've lived there. Yeah, I don't know. You know, probably rain this time of year. Good chance of, you know, having thunderstorm warnings pop up in the afternoon and things like that. So 82, I don't know. That's not so bad. Grandpa Eric says, hey, Skip. Hey, Grandpa. How's things in New Jersey? Cindy G says, hi. William Mago says hi. KM says, who wants to see Skip shave his mustache and goatee? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. Just a second. Grandpa Eric says, what's the beer of the day? You know something, Grandpa? Sitting outside here in the hot, I didn't even bring a beer out here. I don't drink as much beer as people kind of think I do. It's just become kind of a trademark when I go live. It's just something I got into by accident, really, because I just thought it was fun. One's wearing a hat all the time, and then two was beer of the day. I just did that once, and it was kind of a popular thing. People kind of liked it, and so I just kept doing it. But today I got my mug here to keep it cold. I got me some sweet tea. Gold Peak. I really like that Gold Peak. It's really good. Real quick, the news again this Friday is going to be long. There was a lot of news, and I didn't want to leave any of it out really. Well, I left some out because it didn't really apply to the villages. It was, crap that happened at Wildwood or stuff that happens at Lady Lake, and unless somehow it related to the villages, I left that stuff out. But if it was somebody from Lady Lake that got arrested in the villages for doing something, then I would put that in. That's what I try to do, make it villages related. And there was a lot. And I know a lot of you don't like to watch the long stuff, but I just feel like I'm obligated to do it because I started doing it, and there's so many people that have had good responses to it. And I watch my analytics, and believe it or not, when I do the news on them long videos like that, on the analytics, everything shows good. Everything's up. The view time's up. The amount of people watching it is up. And on every news, it seems like I always pick up 2, 3, 4, 5 new subscribers. I can't argue with that. So anyway, the news this Friday, I believe, was something in the neighborhood of like 40 to 43 minutes long. Bring your popcorn. It's a long one. Cindy Rowland says, hey, gang. Hey, Cindy. Grandpa says 79 in Lewes, Delaware. 79. Man, that just sounds good, as long as it ain't raining. 79 sounds comfortable. That's good sleeping weather right there. I can remember as a kid, that's what we did. We didn't have air conditioning in the house. My dad never had it until he got really, really older. But when us kids were still living at home, we had fans. Sometimes the fans would kind of set in the bedroom window, and we would just open the window. Usually every bedroom had 2 windows. We'd open both windows. There was a screen in there. And then we would just turn the fan on at night and go to bed in that cross breeze. And as a kid, I don't remember ever being really that hot. Maybe it's just because I was young. But we never had air conditioning in the house. Kids, we were outside playing all the time. And I just don't remember being that hot. William Bear says, great when you do Porch Settin. I love your sense of humor. Your Fruitland Park native, Bill Barr. Hey, Bill, you're over in Fruitland Park too, huh? Did you see the show we had a chief on? Your chief of police? He's a good guy. I talked to him before the show to find out what it was he wanted me to stay away from. Because, police are always involved in undercover things, and so I wanted to stay away from it. But really, all in all, he told me, other than one little subject, and I stayed away from it, he said that, he was open to questions. Anybody had any questions that wanted answered or whatever, and then he could talk about, his part of the villages in Fruitland Park and all that kind of thing. And he didn't have to come on, but he did, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Shake and Bake says he has the same problem as his iPhones about the heat. The screen will dim and all this and that. I've got a Phantom 4. I mean, the Phantom 4, not the Phantom 4 Pro or 2.0. It's the Phantom 4. So it's a fairly older drone, but it does everything I want it to do. It shoots 4K. The gimbal's perfect. It's got probably really low flight hours on it because I'm not a big drone guy. And a lot of times when I am droning something, I have a friend of mine fly it for me and do drone shots. So I don't do a lot of drone stuff. But I do when I take my RV out. That's where I really got it for, was the RV. To video a lot of things. And we went to Rockport this last time. I didn't even take it. I sometimes wonder why I even keep the thing, because I don't use it that much. It's kind of an expensive thing to have, and then you don't even use it. So, but I still got it. I'm one of these kind of guys that when I buy something and it works well, and I know everything about it, you know what I mean? That where it's been, how it's been taken care of. I don't like getting rid of things. I just don't. Just like my motorhome. I'm not using it hardly at all now because of gas prices. It just sits over there. And somebody even said that, I ought to sell it because the Class C's right now are in big demand because of gas prices. I said, I know. And I've had 2 or 3 people send me emails saying, hey, if you ever want to sell it, give me, let me know. And I appreciate that. And I would let them know if I was going to. But I just, everything on it works well. I know about it. I know how it's been taken care of. I know everything other than one thing that I may not ever fix because they're a pain in the ass. They don't never work when you need them anyway. The electric step, I finally just took it off. I got a new motor for it. Everything, it's all in the camper. So if I ever sell it, that'll go with it. I'm not going to fix that electric step. The darn things will work for a week, a month, or 2 months. You never know. And one day you open that door, step don't come out. Well, at our age and at Sue's age, I don't want to take the chance of us not paying attention to what we're doing, and that step don't come out. And guess what happens to us? She done broke her leg and her ankle falling down. I don't need somebody accidentally falling out of this camper. So I just took the step off, put it in a side box. Everything's there. And we bought a step. So when I'm the first to go out of the camper, I reach in and get a hold of this mechanical step, I guess you'll call it. And I set it on the ground. It ain't going anywhere, and it ain't going to break. And that's just the way I do things. So other than that step, if you want to nitpick about that, everything on it works perfect. No leaks, no rattles, no squeaks. Everything works. And so I just have a hard time parting with that. Cam says, remember talking in the fan? Oh, yeah, I do. Well, because when the fan would run in the bedroom, I don't remember. Did we talk in the front of the fan, or did we have to go out and talk in the back of the fan? And you could hear it sounded like you were talking through a helicopter, kind of chopping you up. I don't know why as a kid did I find that fascinating, but I did it all the time. Yeah, everybody did, right? Oh, by the way, update real quick. I haven't cut that video yet, but I'll just let you know now. It'll probably be a boring video anyway for everybody. I got a call from the Village's golf cart store in Brownwood. Remember I said, that, yeah, they'll call. Really, yeah, they'll call. They'll forget. I'll have to call them, right? I didn't have to. Believe this or not, they actually called and said that my the original Yamaha clutch belt came in, because they put a temporary aftermarket belt on the golf cart when they serviced it. And she says, you can come in, we'll replace that. I said, well, do I need to make an appointment? She said, no. She said, it only takes about 15 minutes to put it on. She said, just come down anytime between, I forget what time it was, 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon or something like that. And she says, and we'll just take care of it outside. I said, okay. So I got a hold of Sue yesterday. She was home. I said, hey, you want to run down to Brownwood and have lunch? I said, I got to go down there and get this belt put on anyway. If you want to go down there, we'll just go down and have lunch. She said, okay. So we go down there. I pull in. Now they got an outside service desk outside on the sidewalk now instead of going in the garage. I'm not sure if that speeds the process up. I'm not sure what that's all about, but they've been doing this for a while. So I go in there, and of course the kid comes out and asks if he can help me. I said, yeah, I called yesterday and I told him what I was there for. He said, what's your name? And I told him. He gets on the computer and he's looking. My name's not on there. I said, that's funny. I called yesterday, or she called me yesterday, and I told her I'd come down today. I said, yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't be on there. So he goes inside, and he comes back out with a paper, and he says, okay. He said, I got you right here. He said, they'll be out in a few minutes, put that on. I said, well, take your time. I said, I'm going to leave the key in the golf cart in case you need to move it. We're going to walk downtown here and have some lunch. I didn't know where I was going to go. And I said, I'll come back. I said, if it's in your way, just move it. He said, no, you'll be fine. Okay, so we come back. I see my golf cart sitting outside. I'm not thinking anything about it. So I holler over at the kid. I say, hey, am I ready to go? And he looked at me. He goes, yeah. And he hands me this bill for $21 and some odd cents. And I said, what's that for? He said, that's for adjusting your brake pedal. I said, no, 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 no. I said, I'm not paying that. I said, I was here a month ago, and adjusting that brake and adjusting my brakes is part of the service that I already paid for. They failed to do that. I said, I talked to the manager. He told me when I came down to put this belt on, they would take care of that. And I told this kid this before we went and had lunch. I said, now they're going to adjust this brake pedal. But I said, I talked to the manager. I told him this. Nobody listens anymore. So we go have lunch. We come back, and all this is going on. He said, okay. He said, wait a minute. Like, I'll get the manager. So I'm standing there. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And Sue's sitting out in the golf cart, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. I don't know. 10 minutes goes by. I walk inside the counter there, and the lady says, can I help you? I just talked to this lady 5 minutes ago, and now I get this, can I help you? I said, no, I'm just waiting for him to come back. I said, about that brake pedal that they had to adjust. She said, what's the problem? For the third time, I had to explain it again. And I told her, and she said, well, you were just here about a month ago, right? I said, yeah. And she said, they didn't adjust your brake pedal? I said, nope. I said, that's what I'm here for. The manager told me they would take care of that. And I said, apparently they did, but now he wants to charge me. And she said, okay. I said, so is there any reason why I got to hang around here and wait, or can I go? Because you got to remember, it's hot. And she said, you better wait for the manager. So I waited and I waited. Probably about 20 minutes goes by. Finally, here comes the guy out there, and he's talking to her. And the lady says, yeah, he's disputing the bill for adjusting the brake pedal. That's not what I wasn't disputing the bill, I don't think. And I don't know why she just didn't. Anyway, he looks over at me. He says, can I help you with anything? I said, yeah. I said, they're charging me for adjusting that brake pedal. And he goes, well, yeah. He says, a quarter of an hour. He said, for the labor. I said, no, 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 no. I said, I was in here a month ago and had a golf cart totally serviced. That should have been part of the service. It always has been. I said, unless you've changed the rules. I said, let me know if you've changed the rules. And he said, no. He looked at the lady and he goes, was he here a month ago? And this is the same lady that I've been talking to now. And she said, yeah, he was here a month ago. Why didn't she just tell him this? Anyway, he looked at me and said, oh, he said, you were here a month ago. He said, don't worry about it. Just go on. I don't know. I mean, it's like, I know that there's a labor problem, but come on. So he says, it seems like a lot of people in the news are from New York, no matter who. I know. It's gotten to the point it's almost a joke. I got a few emails saying that they thought I was picking on New York people. I said, no, I'm just reading you the news. I don't make the news. I don't go out and get the news. I'm just finding it in papers and websites, and I'm just reading it to you. I said, I have nothing against New York people. And that's when I made that comment on that video saying, all the New York people that Sue and I have met, they've all been super nice to us. We have never had a problem with it. But it seemed like in the news, and that's when I really started noticing it. Now I'm laughing when I hear it. Oh, here's Queens, New York. It's like, oh my God, there's another one and another one. And I think on this Friday's news, there's a couple of New Yorkers in there, maybe a couple. I know there's at least one, but believe it or not, there's a few more of them in there that've been in trouble. One's I think from Wisconsin, one's from maybe Rhode Island. So they're kind of scattered around. So it's not all New York this Friday, I don't believe. Oh, Grandpa Eric says, no, not New Jersey. Okay, there's another Eric. I can't think what his total name is. Something Eric, anyway. He's been a subscriber for a long time. I just thought you were him and he changed the name, but okay, you're not him. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know what's happened to him then. He came down here for, I want to say a year, and he rented. He wanted to check the villages out. And he rented down there at the Lofts of Brownwood, one of them apartments for a year. And I run into him a couple of times in the golf cart while we were out making videos. I'd run into him, and I stopped and talked to him and his wife. This is during the COVID and all that. So everybody was kind of standoffish. They would stand 15 feet away to talk and things. and then he went back to New Jersey, and so truthfully, I don't know. Did he like the place? Not like the place? I don't know. I don't know if I've talked to him since then. I thought you were him, but maybe maybe he left my channel. There's a few people that's left my channel because they get mad about things that I just simply don't understand. Here's one. I'll just throw it out there. I'm not going to mention names. Somebody sent me an email saying something about they went to a golf cart seminar about the rules of a golf cart. And the way I read this email, they were asking me a lot of questions like, do you know if it's illegal to have your state's license plates on the back of a golf cart? They were making statements that in this class, they said you have to use your turn signal and your hand signal at the same time. They said at this class that you cannot get insurance on a four-seater golf cart. There's things like that listed in there. Now, that's the way I read it. These are things that the person running this class was telling her. Well, I also know that the person running this class was a village's insurance department person, and they're always one-sided about things anyway. So I answered it. I did a video and I mentioned it. I said, no, you don't have to have your hand signal and turn signal both. No, you can get insurance on a four-seater. And yes, you can get insurance on a cart that you're renting. They say you can't get it. Yes, you can, and all this and that. Next thing I know, I'm getting an email from the same person saying, I didn't say anything about you answering these questions. I just said this would be a suggestion for a WNL, blah, 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 blah. And she went on and went on and went on. And she said, but thanks for the last year and a half. She said, I'll just do my viewing somewhere else, then left. I have no idea what I did there, but I get them once in a while. I tell you, sometimes I think there's some people here that are just plain nuts. Diz Mindy says, hi from Virginia. Have you been keeping up with the Disney videos down there from some of the people that go down there and video that stuff? Wow. I guess we can sure tell that the COVID thing is not being taken serious now, huh? The place is recording record amount of people going. They're going to make some major changes down there. One of them is, and I go down there with my grandkids. I ain't been to Disney in 20 years or so. I'm not a Disney, I'm got nothing against Disney, don't get me wrong. I'm just not a big Disney goer, period. I don't like fighting crowds. I just don't. Well, somebody told me, and I've heard this from other people, and I don't know when it takes effect, maybe it already does take an effect, that if you fly into Orlando, and if you're staying at a Disney resort, Disney always had their buses down there to pick you up right there at the airport and take you right to your hotel resort, wherever you're staying. That's going to be canceled. They're going to do away with the bus service. And I had the same questions you're going to ask. Are they going to replace it with some other service? Well, people are telling me either they don't know or people are telling me no. They're just doing away with it. If you want to go from the airport to a Disney resort, you're either going to have to rent a car or you're going to have to Uber it or something. I just can't imagine them doing that, but there's a new CEO in town down there, and things that I read in the paper here that you guys probably don't see, but you may be able to Google it. I'm not sure this CEO is doing things that's good for people that go to Disney, but I can't say he's not because, they're having record gate attendance. So what can I tell you? I mean, the average Disney ticket now is pushing, if you buy a day pass, the average ticket now is somewhere in the neighborhood of like $200 per person per day. And the park hopper passes they used to have, where you could buy them for a day and you could hop from one park to another, those are gone. You can't do that anymore. There's some other things, major changes they made. Hotel prices went, I don't mean went up a little bit, they went up a lot. Some other stuff, I don't remember what it all is. But yeah, if you're going to go to Disney, take your grandkids there or whatever, and I recommend you do it because it'll be a lifelong memory for them. But do your Google, or maybe call Disney themselves and see if they got a special package that you can do to save a buck or two, because it's going to be a major expense. Joy, I know I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'll say Huto, Hutt. Is that Huto, or I don't know. I'm really bad about pronouncing some of these names. I'll say Huto. It says woohoo. Let me see it here. I'm trying to see. It says getting to watch Porch Settin while sewing a quilt top. Oh, okay. So you're sitting inside the air conditioner. I'm sitting out here sweltering. I feel like I'm a smoked ham. Whew. Let me feel the back of this. I'm feeling my iPad. It's getting hot. I don't know if I can do this or not. See, somebody says something about fastening something on the back of it. The problem is it goes in a clip thing right here for it to set up. And I'm not sure I can get anything behind it. And the idea of putting a wet wash rag back there. Oh no. This is probably a $500 iPad, and I'm not putting water against it. Oh gosh. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Oh gosh. Oh Lord. Let me try that. Hang in there with me. I don't want this thing to fall out or pop out. Does that work? Okay. We'll try that and see if that helps. You, you guys can't see it. We'll see. Where am I at now? But anyway, Joy, thanks for showing up. Hey, let me do this before this thing does get hot and drop out. You know, I did that video about trying to kickstart the Children's Wish thing. Just trying to get it going, you know, before we actually get to the December show. Because I opened my big mouth last year. You guys already know about that, right? So anyway, here's the list of people that has already helping me start the Wish thing. This goes back a couple of months because we started doing this a couple of months ago, just trying to get things going a little bit. And let me read some of it to you. I did a t-shirt thing for 1 month, and I didn't make much on it, but I made $12. That's going in. Mark Philippon, he gave us a, I'm going to say, anyway, it says here $27.99 super chat. Probably done it on a Porch Settin thing. John O.C. Gave a $4.99 super chat. Marcia gave a $5 super chat. I had a neighbor across the street that came over with $20 cash and gave it to us for the Children's Wish Foundation. Somebody at Cody's, I don't even know who it was. I tried my best, but they were gone before I had a chance to get out of my seat. We were having dinner with Linda and a couple that was interested in coming on the W&L show and advertising their services down at the Finney area. I know that it's not just the Finney area, but I've been calling it that for so long that I call it the Finney area because I think people kind of know what I'm talking about. South of 44. And she runs a home watch service, and I brought her on the channel to talk about it and give her phone number and address because I got a lot of emails wanting to know if I knew anybody that I could recommend that does home watch down there. Well, I don't recommend much of anybody, and if I do recommend them, you'll know it. I'll simply say, we've used this person. I can guarantee you he does a good job. I'm not saying he's the cheapest guy in town. I never ever say that. But if you want it done and done right, I know these people will do it. Now, that's what I'll do. This lady, recommendations I got from other people was that she was very, very good. but she's very selective. She doesn't go just anywhere to home watch. Anyway, all that was on the show. I was talking to her about coming on the show, and so I was explaining to her what we have to do to get her on the show, and I wanted to know what it was she wanted to talk about, and so on and so forth. A guy walks by our dinner table. I don't even know who it was, and he threw $20 down, and I said, "Hey!" I was trying to stop him. He kept walking toward the door. I said, "Hey, what's this for?" And he turned around. And he says, "Give that to the kids." I said, "Well, what's your name?" He's out the door, and before I could get out there, he's gone. I don't know who it was, but I appreciate it, man. I really do. So I got here, Anonymous Cody. That reminds me who it was. $20. Porch Settin. I got a $25 super chat from somebody. I didn't write it down. I'm sorry. I just didn't. Imelda Murphy. IMELD Murphy. She put probably $25, but I wrote on here what I actually get after PayPal takes their deductions out. I got $23.79 from Imelda Murphy. She put that in PayPal. Judy Jones gave us a $20 super chat. Keep in mind, I only get 70% of any and all super chats or whatever, and that's fine. I just want you guys to, if you're writing these down and keeping track, I just want you to know that. Julie Hayes and her fur baby Hamish, they sent us a $40 check. We've already deposited that in the account, so we've got that. And then I put up the video saying, just to get a little bit more money and get things going and help out a little bit, I said anybody that would donate $50 in my PayPal account, I'm going to shave everything off. I'm going to do it. I mean, I've had this for years, and I was kind of leery about even doing it, but you know what? I'll do anything for the kids. I really will. So since then, I've gotten a few $50. Now I have to, right? So here, the way it's going to work is I'll have Sue hold the camera. I'll do all the shaving and everything, get it off. She'll take pictures, and I'll edit it and put it all together. It won't be nothing fancy, but you'll be able to see what this adorable face looks like with no hair on it. And I got to tell you, you'll be the first ones in years that's ever seen that. Other than Sue and my family, nobody's ever seen that. And I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to make the video private on my YouTube channel. I'm going to send you a link to watch it. And nobody else will see it but you guys. So you're special. So that includes Karen Voller, $50. Krista Johnson, $50. Stephen Wilburn, $50. Cynthia Amatrano, $50. Francis Richard, $50. And then Greg, I'm going to mess this name up too, Munhenk, M-U-N-D-H-E-N-K, Munhenk. Thank you so much, Greg. He sent us $100. And he put a little note on her saying, and I don't care if you shave or not. He's just for the kids. That's super nice. I appreciate it. So that's what we got going so far. And I'm going to leave that up for a little bit for the donation, the $50 donations for this. I'm going to give everybody plenty of time. And then what I'm going to do, just so you guys know, who's that coming here? Oop, bushes are in the way, ain't they? Yeah. Oh well. What I'm going to do is the day after this month's W&L show. Ooh, this is a cool car. Oh, a Mini Cooper. Hey, you guys can't see much. I don't even know why I flip it around. You can't see. But anyway, the day after this month's W&L show is when I want to shave it. And that way, it gives me, there'll be 5 weeks, I think, this before the next W&L show. You see what I'm talking about, right? That way, by the next W&L show, most of this will be grown back, and the people that watch the show on YouTube and whatever will never know. So that's when I'm going to do it. So you've got between now and the W&L show, if you want to see it, to make that $50 donation to the PayPal account, and then I'll include you in there also with the emails and whatever. After that, there is no more. Not for that anyway. And then I'll come up with something else. I don't know what else. I'll try to come up with something else to make $1 or $2 for the kids. I'm not going to drive you crazy with this stuff. It almost starts to sound like a Jerry Lewis telethon after a while, doesn't it? I'm just trying to help it get along a little bit of a jump start before we actually get to the December show, where the majority, I think, of the donations will really come in. But this year being this year, with high gas prices and everything else, you never know what's going to happen. You just don't know, or at least I can't predict it. But it's something we started doing, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I feel like we just got to keep going. John Romanek says it's 95 degrees at 9:40 a.m. headed to 108. Where are you at, man? Are you out in Arizona, Las Vegas area, somewhere up in the desert area? Ah, Las Vegas. I see it now. Uh, Fran MTS says, "Hey Skip, regarding DeLuna, is it noisy being so close to the turnpike? Thanks." Well, all these neighborhoods, some parts of a neighborhood is closer to the turnpike than other parts of a neighborhood. I can't speak for that, because you might get on one road and you can hear the noise. You might get to the far other end of a neighborhood, and there you don't hear anything. And then a lot depends on the home. If it's a vinyl sided home like mine, it doesn't keep the noise out near as good as a stucco built home. They're a little bit more soundproof. So I can't speak to that. I will tell you this though. Home prices down there, I don't care where you go, they're all within, of each other. They're pretty close within each other. If DeLuna you think is a little too close, don't buy there. Buy somewhere else. There's too many places to buy. You don't have to buy next to that interstate. You see what's going on now, right? People down there are starting petitions. The interstate's in their backyard. They're complaining about the interstate noise, and now they want the developer and us residents to pay to have a sound barrier put up there. And I just think it's just totally asinine. I mean, the turnpike was there before the houses were built, and now you want us to fix it for you. You were the one that bought the house. I don't see it going very far, but anyway, they're complaining about it. So the turnpike noise down there, we reported that way back before they even started building any of that on the W&L show. We showed pictures of all this, saying if you're thinking about buying here, beware of the interstate right there. Just know that. There are a certain amount of people that don't bother. Some people are deaf. They don't hear nothing. So that wouldn't bother them at all. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, some people are blind. So the idea of a high power line being close to your house, they wouldn't care. So there are certain people that would buy those things. It wouldn't bother them a bit, and they save a few bucks. I understand that. But if you've got all your faculties and things like that, I got a feeling it's going to bother you, because once you get settled in here, the areas in the villages are so quiet. Literally, listen. That's that dove that was over here a while ago. You can hear her. It's quiet. You kind of get adapted to that quietness. And then when some least little bit of noise happens, like somebody starts up a lawnmower, you're sensitive to that. You're more sensitive to that, I think, because you moved away from that noise from your working days. And I'm telling you, if you're down there and you hear this traffic noise down there, right now you might say it doesn't bother you. 5 years from now, when you settle into all this quietness around here, every time you go home, that's all you're going to hear. Every time you lay down in bed, you're going to hear it. And it's going to irritate the hell out of you. So I'm just saying, don't do it. If you think it's going to bother you, don't do it. But I can't speak for DeLuna itself. I don't know what streets are on DeLuna. I don't go down there every day at all. There's probably other people down there doing videos, probably a better person to ask about that. But my answer to all these things is, check it out yourself. Come down for a lifestyle visit if you can. Do it in the summer when it's really, really hot and humid. and then you can kill all these birds with one stone. Can you handle the heat? Can you handle the humidity? Go down to DeLuna, go out there in your car or golf cart, and look around and sit in different areas and just listen. And it's the smartest thing you can do before you drop 300 or 400 grand on a house. If you got a friend here, I'll tell you something you can do. If you're looking at a particular home and you have an address on that home, tell your friend to go over there with their cell phone, be quiet, turn on a video, record everything he can hear around that home, and then send you a copy of that video. Then you can hear. Desmindy says she's watching while exercising on her elliptical. I used to exercise. Now the only thing I exercise is my right arm. Hey, also, see these little pen and pencil? This is a flashlight, keychain flashlight, and ink pen set, and it has my YouTube channel and stuff on it. We bought them. $10, and we'll send them to you. Whoops. And I'm losing money on that too, really, because all that money is going to go for the children's wish thing. I promise you, that's it. I won't mention it no more. What's Sue doing today? I don't know. Last time that I was in there, she was out in, painting. And whenever she's painting, I don't never bother her. And I got up this morning and got my cup of coffee, and I went into the studio. I watched a little bit of YouTube. I got a couple of channels I like to watch. And while I was in there that dove is right over here. I can't get rid of her. But anyway, believe it or not, I've got the Friday news already cut. I've already got it uploaded, and I've already got a timestamp on it. So you guys will be getting it. YouTube people will be getting it with commercials at 6 o'clock Friday evening. Patreon members will get it commercial free at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and YouTube members will also get it 3-ish in the afternoon, because I got to actually hand put that on there. I can't really put a timestamp on it. And I'll be giving it to you guys commercial free at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Bring your popcorn. Cindy Rollins, house on top of the world should be completed in September. That's a great job there, Cindy. On top of the world is a nice place. It's truly a gated community. I don't believe I don't have all the up-to-date rules today on what's up there, but at one time, your children's not going to be able to live with you up there full time. I mean, they have specific rules about things, and I do appreciate that. That part I do like. You know they're getting a new Cody's up there. I didn't think you'd probably be able to drive a golf cart to it, but like I said, I ain't been up there in 20 years. They've changed things a lot since then. One of the people that live up there, I guess, watches my stuff, and he sent me an email or made a comment, whatever, about yes, you will be able to drive a golf cart to the Cody's and some restaurants and some other things that he was mentioning around on top of the world. And I guess you can drive a golf cart to them, and that's always good to know, because you know there's other places to go. The Villages ain't the only place to buy a home, and there's other active adult retirement communities that does things a little differently. They may not have 63 neighborhood pools like we do, but they'll have maybe 2 or 3 of them scattered around. But then again, they don't have 140,000 people living there either. And the one thing we don't have, that if you noticed in Deb's video, in case you didn't understand it, Deb uh, moved to Waterman. Sue went over there and they did a walkthrough of her house and kind of a drive around the neighborhood. They're still building there. And where she went through, what was it? She went through some building, and then there was a door in the back, and that door, you could take it to the swimming pool area they had there. So thus, two things I noticed real quick comparing that to here. One was she talked about having a hot tub out there. We don't have them here. We have one hot tub in the villages for 140,000 people. We have one hot tub. And somebody can say, well, you know, you can always buy your own, put in the backyard. I didn't move here to do that. I mean, I could, but I don't want to do that. Why should I do that? I'm paying all these amenity fees, and yeah, I got to put my own hot tub in my own backyard. But I knew that before I bought here, so I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just simply saying I have never been to a retirement community anywhere in the state of Florida, even the less expensive ones, that didn't have a pool and a hot tub. And this one has one. And believe it or not, it's in the historical area up there, because when Harold Schwartz was doing all this, he was following suit with every other retirement community. They all had hot tubs. So there's a nice one up there. And it's too far for me to take my golf cart all the way up there just to do that. So I just don't. The other thing I noticed about it was all the swimming pool areas, you had to go through a building, which you have to have these passes and things to get in these buildings. And then around back, the fence, there was a fence, because they're working there, but there was a fence around the pool. That tells me all the landscapers and stuff working there, they're not going to use the residents' restrooms as a public restroom. That's what they do here at our pool and every other pool in the villages. Other people just haven't noticed it. And they'll notice it in Finney area down there eventually, that all the landscapers want to go into the adult pool area and use it like a public restroom. They're not paying for any of that. They're not supposed to be in there. But they do it all the time because Rohan won't do his job. But as of right now, what's Sue doing? I don't know what she's doing. I heard her rattling around in there. Last night, I was working on the news, editing. I work sometimes late at night. I mean, I'll work in there sometimes midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And right in the middle of doing all this, the internet went out. And so, you know, I'm in the middle of trying to upload this stuff. I mean, it's already cut, it's already done, but now I have to upload it into YouTube. And the internet went out. So I'm messing around in there trying to figure out what's going on. Well, I come to the conclusion that it wasn't anything on my end. It has to be something with Comcast. And I'm sure that what they were doing is they're probably upgrading some equipment, changing some equipment, and they do it late at night like that because they figure that 99% of people are in bed. Well, I'm not. I'm working. And I lost it. But real quick, I have my Verizon, what you call it, not the hotspot. That's in your phone. I have a Verizon thing that I pay for, and I put it in my motorhome. That makes my motorhome Wi-Fi accessible no matter where I'm at. I have Wi-Fi. I forgot I had that. And then when it dawned, I said, well, yeah, I got that. But I don't remember where I put it. So I'm going through my camera bags and all this and that. Finally, I found it. I turned it on, I connected my computer to that, and then I finished uploading everything late last night. So I left Sue a note this morning saying, hey, when you get up, check and make sure our Wi-Fi is working. If it's not working, then get a hold of Comcast. I don't know what the problem is. But she said when she got up this morning, everything was working fine. So it must have been something Comcast was doing, upgrading equipment. And I'm not mad at them for that. It just seems like every time I'm in the middle of doing something, that's what happens. And I hate it when I'm out of control. It's just like the WNL show. And sometimes you've seen the problems that's happened. It's out of my control. There's nothing I can do. And I get so mad when things like that happen. But I'm just glad you guys understand because there's nothing I can do. Oh, what do we got here? Elizabeth, I see your name. This thing is dimmed. Come on. Come on. I'm waiting for it to turn around. See that? I got it that way, but I'm trying to get it to flip this way. There it goes. By the way, you guys that send me videos to put on WNL, like a picture of this or a picture of that, please, it just gets under my skin. Do not take a picture this way. This is not TikTok. Take a picture, turn your phone, wait till it flips, take a picture that way. That way you get the full screen. When you do the skinny thing, it's just awful. It's just awful. Your eyeballs goes this way, not this way. Elizabeth Chamberlain says, Skip, I would like a pen and pencil set, extra money for postage or charity. You don't have to do anything. $10, man, but if you sent $20, I appreciate it. We'll send you one out right away. I will send you my address, by my email. Yeah. Send me your address on the email. Put a little note in there, jot my memory saying this is for a pen and pencil set. I'll remember, but just do that for my old memory. And I'll get that mailed out. We have 2 collars, by the way. You may want to put that in there too. This is the light blue. I always thought the light blue was really kind of nice looking. But we've also got a box of dark blue. Whichever one you want, I don't care. Hell, for $20, maybe I'll send you 2 of them. Okay, let me go back up here and see where I was at. City Rollins house on top of the works to be complete. Yeah, they got a whole new area up there on top of the world that they've been building for a while. And I don't know anything about the rules up there. The reason why I didn't buy up there 20-some years ago, because I did go there. And to be honest with you, I had it narrowed down to 3 places to buy a house, my first house. The Villages was always on my list, because I wanted to get back into golf. And this place had so much so-called free golf, but all kinds of golf. On Top of the World at that time had an 18-hole golf course, and that was it, one. And you had to buy a yearly membership, even as a resident, to play there. Back then, I believe the membership was like $1,800 a year to play. Now, as a golfer, that's the same golf course, week after week after week after week. That's not going to work for me. I mean, I just can't do that. But as far as homes go, when I was there, they had an area of on Top of the World, if I remember right, was, see, I've looked at so many retirement places, I'm afraid I'm going to say something that I'm thinking of some other place and not on Top of the World. I'm going to let that go because I'm not sure if it was on Top of the World or someplace else. Anyway, there was, they had a little like town area there, and had like an ice cream shop and I don't know, some other stuff there. And that's all there was there. And at that time, you could not take your golf cart outside the entrance to go anywhere. That may have changed since then. And but other than that, I mean, the place was fine. I didn't see a problem with it. They didn't have any retention ponds like they do here. That's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure. One thing, it has to cut down on mosquitoes and things, right? But also, I'm not sure about, I don't know. The thing is about it also that I didn't like was I did not understand this. You buy the house, but you did not own the property underneath the house. As a guy from Indiana, that just didn't set right with me at all. I just felt like, what? This is a scam. How can I own a house on the dirt and you own the dirt? And they were trying to explain it to me because they did the maintenance on the yard. They did all this stuff. Okay. But how come I can't own the dirt? I still didn't get it. And until this day, I really don't get it. It's a land lease kind of thing. So that's the thing that turned me off back then, was that. Now, today, I know by talking to Ira, they've changed some of that now, where you can actually own the dirt, but there's some preclusions involved with that. And I don't remember what all that was. Doesn't make any difference because I'm here now and I'm not going anywhere. But hey, it was on top of my list. The other one was Solovita. We had been down there a couple of times and looked around. I liked the location of it compared to Orlando area and doing things. But just like on Top of the World, it was golf. They had one 18-hole golf course. You had to buy a membership to play there, and that was just a turnoff to me. That playing the same golf course over and over and over again. But Solo Vita was a nice place. I just didn't like that part of it. Today, because I don't play golf much anymore, that may not be such a big deal for me right now. So those are the three that was on my checklist. And the reason why we came here, all the homes in all these places were about the same, no matter what you bought. They were all close to the same. That wasn't a problem. A problem to me was golf. I wanted to get in golf. And then this place at that time, Brownwood wasn't even on the chart. Lake Sumter was the only, Spanish Springs Lake Sumter then was the only two squares. I don't remember how many executive golf courses there was at that time. I'm going to say somewhere between 30 and 40 probably. And they had probably 8 or 9 country clubs. So I could also play at a discount. I didn't have to buy a membership to play these country clubs. It was a pay as you play kind of thing back then. And so that was the determination of where we went, and that's how we ended up here. By the way, I don't know if they're on here. I haven't got down to all the big questions yet. Somebody sent me an email yesterday wanting to know if I could meet them down at Brownwood for a beer tomorrow. And I sent him an email saying, yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow. I said, sure, just let me know where and what time. I got an email from him. I don't remember what it said now. Yeah, anyway, so I'll be meeting, if you're on here, I'll be meeting you tomorrow down there. I've got your email. I'll get the time and where at, and I'll see you down there tomorrow. And we'll have a couple of beers. And yeah, you always ask me if Sue is going to be there. Yeah, she always comes down with me. So yeah, Sue will be with me, and we get down there. We might. I'm not sure exactly. I think you said 2:30. It's kind of an oddball time, but anyway, we get down there. We might just go ahead and get a snack or two while we're down there. I'm not sure what we'll do yet, but yeah, we'll be down there tomorrow. Aussie says, cold night here in Melbourne, 48 degrees at 3 a.m. What are you doing up at 3 a.m.? There's nothing going on here at 3 a.m. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's just kind of remarkable to me that when I think about the world and we're sitting here complaining about the heat, there's a whole half of the world somewhere else that this is their winter. And, you know, they got cold and stuff going on. And then when our winter gets here, they're back in their summer. So it's just kind of weird to me that goes on. And it's just always struck me as weird. I'm humbled, actually, that somebody in Australia at 3 o'clock in the morning will watch my little videos and things. UK people watch, and I appreciate it. I really do. As you seen on, what was it, 2 months ago, that some UK people that came by and saw me sitting out here, and they sat out here and talked with us for a while. That just humbles me to no end that somebody would do that. That's the same guy that I run into like 2 years ago, and he brought me a little gift from a golf course in the UK. It's a ball, what do you call them? A ball marker fixer thing, whatever you call them things. And it's got the name of this golf course on it. It's a famous golf course, if I remember right, in Scotland. And it might be the one Trump owns, I don't know. But anyway, he gave that to me, and I've never used it. It's hanging in there with my golf balls. It's something that I treasure, that I got that from him, and I will always keep that. You guys probably won't believe this. I have in an old shoebox in there, I have all the different cards that my granddaughters made me when they were just little kids. Their mom would make them sit at the table and make me a happy birthday card, or make me a Christmas card. And I've got them all in there still to this day. Along with that Anybody that's ever mailed me a card that's on this channel, I've gotten in the mail everything from birthday cards to I don't even know what all, just letters, you know. Believe it or not, I've got all them in there. I don't know. I just hang on to that stuff. This dove is sitting over here. That's you heard the noise, right? JC says, when you played golf, what was your handicap? You know, to be honest with you, JC, I don't even know how to do that. I just played for the fun of it. I played with my buddies. When we first moved here, I started a little group called Hillsboro Men's Golf Outing. And we did it on Wednesday. And it started out that it was going to be during the summer months, not the winter months. So it started the first Wednesday in May, and it ended the last Wednesday in September. Because October is when the snowbirds start coming back and the winter rates started kicking in. So it ended right there. And we did it every Wednesday. And at one point, we had as many as 70 some guys that I was setting tee times up for all the time. And so I just played just to be with the guys. I didn't really worry about handicaps and all that. I just didn't. And we played, we had fun, and I shot for to improve my score the best that I could. Sometimes I'd try new things that somebody would show me. But to me, it was all about the camaraderie of it. And then after the game, we'd always go to a country club somewhere, wherever we were close. Got to the point toward the end, it was always Wednesday, always Evans Prairie. We have our reasons for that, but it was always there. And they would set our tables up, line them up, you know, for 60 some guys. Of course, not everybody went to that. Sometimes it'd only be half of them, 30 some guys would show up. And we'd drink a couple of beers, have a sandwich if you wanted to, and we would sit there and just jaw jack. Sometimes about golf, sometimes about maybe a golf tournament going on, sometimes about whatever. And to me, that's what the game was about. It was about the camaraderie of everything. But Aussie Brian, thanks for hanging in there, man. Debbie says, hello from hot Houston. Yes, I know you are. BB says, hello from cool Orange County, California. Is it? Orange County cool? You know, there's a certain area in California that maybe a lot of people don't know that it doesn't really ever get hot there. I mean, it'll get warm, maybe low 80s, but on the average, it's 70s all the time. Um, I think San Diego's part of that, and there might be another big section. But when you go head south toward Palm Springs, then you start getting back into the heat again. But yeah, there's a big section there that the weather is very comfortable. It's just a shame you have the governor that you've got and all the other governors before him. I swear, I don't understand the politics in California at all. I guess you have to live there to understand it. Grandpa Eric says, yeah, that's me. Well, if it is you, Grandpa, you lived in New Jersey. Did you move? Because you always told me what mile marker you lived by. Oh, you're. I should read the whole thing, shouldn't I? It says, yes, we moved to Delaware. Then he says, people get bat crazy. That's probably on the comment I made a while ago about that email I got from somebody that I have no idea what set that person off, but I can guarantee you they unsubscribed. And I probably lost maybe a good half a dozen subscribers because you know what they do. She'll tell somebody else, they'll send them an email saying, I can't believe you said this. I can't believe you said that. I unsubscribed. So the rest of them go, well, we'll unsubscribe too. If he talked to you that way, we're leaving. Uh, they get one side of a story and then, they all decide this is what we're going to do. And so I tell you, that's why sometimes I'm really hesitant about answering a question because you're always afraid that, well, if I offend them, how many subscribers am I going to lose? It's never just the one. It's always the whole family. So it's kind of hard. But that's what I like about these live things, because my loyal people show up for these live things. The rest of them don't. They watch the replays. They all have their reasons why, but they basically watch the replays. But the loyal people come. You guys know how I am, and you know when I'm kidding and when I ain't kidding. And so that's why I like doing these and answer the questions because I know who I'm talking to. Larry says nuts are everywhere. Well, that ain't no kidding. And it seems like some of these older people down here are nuttier. Keep hitting my glasses because I am so sweaty. My glasses keep falling down like that. You guys who wear glasses know what I'm talking about, right? Kevin Jackery says Karen and him had COVID. Well, this newer COVID, if you've had your shots, I've known at least 3 people down here that got the latest COVID, and they've all had their shots, and all 3 of them told me that it wasn't a big deal. Now they're in healthy shape. If you have any underlying problems, then it could be a lot worse. Um, but no matter what, you still got to protect yourself. You got to be careful. Now I'm reading reports about the first and second and third cases in different counties here in Florida of something called monkeypox. I don't keep up with all this news. You guys know I've said a long time ago, I pretty much quit watching the news. I'm sick of it. It's all one-sided. You watch Fox, you're going to get one side. And you watch ABC News, you get another side. It's all one-sided. There's no such things as a rounded news channel anymore. Like David Brinkley, Huntley and Brinkley Report, or Walter Cronkite, or you just don't see that. So I just don't even watch it because I find that all the news does is it gets into your psyche. They can make you mad, or they can make you sit there and go, yeah, that's right. I agree with them. That's right. And you don't know anything. You don't know no more about that than I do. And yet you're agreeing and disagreeing with something that you know nothing about. And that's things how they influence a lot of people to do a lot of different things. So I just don't even watch it anymore. But Kevin and Karen, you guys be careful. I hear a siren. It's way off. See, that's what I'm talking about, quietness. It's so quiet that when you hear the least little sound, your ear perks up. So don't buy that house close to the interstate. You're going to regret it later. Andrew Klein says, hello from South Dakota. Thanks for all you do and for your viewers. I don't do as much as I used to. I used to do a lot of home tours and talking to people and going to the squares and talking to people. And I did all them kinds of things. And then as time went on, everybody else started doing the same thing, really. And here's what I've noticed. And it has to be a personality thing. The things that I do or did in the first, say, week of say, I don't know, I'm trying to pick something out. An interview. Let's say I'm talking to somebody, I'm doing an interview and a house tour and an interview. Those are common. I'll get maybe 1,500, 2,000 views, and that's what I watch. I've said this before. And there's some other YouTubers around here. They do the exact same thing, a house tour and interview. And in the first 2 days, they get 15,000 views. See the difference? I'm losing. That's what it boils down to, is I'm losing as time goes on. And I used to go down the square and talk to people. And toward the end, the reason why I quit doing that, people wasn't watching. I'd get maybe 800 views. That's all I got. It ain't worth my time. And now there's somebody going down to the squares with a microphone and a camera, and they're talking to people and asking questions, blah, blah. 2 or 3 days later, that person has 45,000 views. That's what determines what I do and what I don't do. And basically, I'm losing big time. Hi, Script. Sue probably shopping on Prime Day. Is it Prime Day? I don't keep track of that either. She might be. Usually I get notified if she uses a credit card, but I haven't paid no attention to that either. She might be. I don't know. She's really, truthfully, she will order some things online, but truthfully, she's not big on online stuff. That's me. I like sitting here, ordering it. I don't have to leave, and they come bringing it to me and giving it to me. I like that. She'll do it once in a while, but if she orders anything online, here's how it usually is. She'll order my coffee at Sam's, because that's the only place she can get my coffee. And she'll order that, and it'll be delivered. And I guess they don't deliver that all the time, but most of the time they deliver it here. She will order stuff on QVC. That's probably her number one thing, QVC. And then QVC will send stuff here by, I don't know, UPS or somebody. And other than that, she really likes, and since Deb's gone, she hasn't done it very much, but she really likes going out to the different stores, making a day of it, having lunch with the girls, and going out and doing shopping. And she hasn't done much of that since Deb's moved. Joyce says, do I have a P.O. box? Yeah, Joyce, down in the description box. Everything's down there. The P.O. box, a link directly to my PayPal account, a link directly to my Patreon page. Gosh, I don't even know what all's down there. There's about 4 channels down there, that are YouTube channels that I recommend to watch if you get a chance, and subscribe to them if you can. I don't even know what I put stuff in there once in a while, and then when I put it in there, I generally just leave it there. Oh, it says where I get my music for the videos that are copyright free. Golly, I don't even know what else is down there, but there's some other stuff down there. I don't do affiliate links, so you won't have to worry about that for me. I don't say, well, buy this from Amazon because I get a commission from that. I don't do that. I know a lot of people do, and I got nothing against it. I just don't do it. So my big thing is the Wish Kids. If that's what I do, and I don't keep that. I give it all to them. And then the money that we do get on the W&L show, I use that money to buy prizes from one month to the next to give it away during a game. So I don't keep hardly anything on my channel at all. The little bit that I do keep, actually, is the Google money. In other words, when you watch this on a replay, I'll monetize this channel during the replay. Google will put ads on here. I have no control over that. And I do get a little bit of money from that. And it's not a lot. But I do keep that separate in a different account. Google automatically direct deposits that into an account that I got set up. And I use that money basically to upgrade my equipment here to make things better, like microphone, audio equipment, better cameras that shoot clearer pictures or something, I don't know. But, obviously I don't get that much, or I wouldn't be using an iPad connected to my cell phone to do this. Desmindy says, Toodles, Wrestler. Is Wrestler on here? Man, I can't hardly see. I guess he is. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for dropping by, Wrestler. 1954 says the news can be longer. It's great. Yeah, I know there's a few of you that really kind of like it and sit back and have your coffee or whatever and watch it in the morning, and that's great. But I'm just talking about the overall masses, you know, and the overall masses on my analytics says that most people don't watch that much, even though the news is better than most. The view time. I think on the news last week I checked the analytics and it was something like the average view time. It was a 30 some minute news last week. And the average view time was something. Let me see here. Maybe I can find it on here. Let me bring it up. I don't even know if I can. Yeah, here we go. Okay. As far as no, that's the wrong video. Wait a minute. What do I got to do here to get to that video? Whoops, that's the wrong one too. Let me try it this way. videos. Where we at? Here we are. Villages news. Look at there. 3.4 thousand views. That's not very much at all. After a week, well, 4 days, only 3.4 thousand views. Go to other channels, see what they're doing after about 3 or 4 days, and see that they got 45,000 views. That's my competition right there. Where is the analytics on this thing? See, I'm not sure how to do analytics on a cell phone. I do it on my computer. I may not be able to do it. See, like and dislikes, share. By the way, you can share videos, you know, when you go there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Where's it at? Where's the share button? Is it right here? Right there. That little arrow. That's a share button. You can share that with your friends. You can share any of the videos with your friends. I'd appreciate it if you would do that. You guys do. Oh, I want to thank. I don't have names, but you guys will know who you are. When I go through my comments, I try to answer a lot of them. I can't get them all, but I try to get a lot of them. Comments on the videos. I've noticed here in the last few months, there's a handful of you out there that's answering them questions for me because you know the answer. Because a lot of my viewers actually live here or know a lot about the place. Thank you. Because when I see that you've answered something, that means I don't have to sit there and type and whatever. I can just move on to something else. So any of you, if you know the answer, you want to answer any of them questions on the comments below, good Lord, feel free to do it. You know, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that here, mainly because I don't know what I'm doing. Memberships, channel, about. No, wait a minute. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Oh, I just seen something. Okay, about my RV channel. And this may upset a few of you, but I just can't be doing this very much longer. I like 6 months ago, 7 months ago, I forget what it was. I had like 1.5 thousand subscribers on the RV channel. And I knew the RV channel would be a challenge because there's so many other RVs. Most people are only interested in the RV channels where people are living in them full time. I understand why. Sue and I's not that. We're not going to be that. But the one question that I've seen on their channels a lot was, what do you do about doctor appointments? What do you do about your medicine and all that kind of stuff? Well, you know, Sue's got to have certain things done every 6 weeks. And so I thought to myself, maybe that could make a decent RV channel for these kind of people, that we can show them and talk to them about how we RV with medical issues. And we do it. We've traveled in our motorhome all the way to California and back. I mean, we all the way up to, I don't even know, Pennsylvania and back, and we do it. So I had a giveaway, and I said from the very first day, I said, I'm going to try to bribe you people to subscribe to my channel. At 1.5, I only needed 500 people to subscribe, right? Out of 100 million people in this country, I only needed 500. I said, when I get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to give this away to somebody. I said, but you have to be subscribed to win it. And here we are, 6 months later, maybe even longer than that, but I'll say 6 months later, I'm upwards, I'm just barely over 1,600. 6 months, 100 and some people, that's all I got. So, I think it was a month ago, maybe longer than that, I said on the last WNL show or Porch Settin or something, I said, if I don't get 2,000 subscribers by the middle of July, I'm taking this free gift. It was a solar generator, actually. It was like a $200 gift. I'm taking this off the table. I'm not going to give it away. I'll do something else with it. So I'm announcing right now, it's off the table. I'm not giving it away. The channel's not growing. I'm getting too old to play this game for 10 years and to try to get enough subscribers. Either you join, don't join, that's fine. But I'm not giving it away. And I'll tell you something else I'm also not going to do. I'm also not going to post videos on that RV channel on a regular basis like I do on my Villages channel. Villages channel is pretty much has always been Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Before that, for like 5 years, I posted a video on my channel like 5 to 7 days a week. And once in a while, every now and then here, like today, this makes the third video for this week. Monday, what did I do Monday? You guys watch this stuff. What did I do Monday? Oh, Deb, right? Wasn't it Deb's place? I think I did Deb Monday. Tuesday, I announced the shave this off for $50 and you can watch that kind of thing. And then today's Porch Settin. And then Friday, we're going to have the news. I haven't got anything for Thursday, but I got video in there I could actually cut for Thursday. But I kind of think if I do too many of them, people just get bored seeing it and they won't watch. So I'm seriously considering on this channel cutting my videos down to one day a week, and then maybe do the news on Friday. Here's what I'm thinking: news on Friday, Porch Settin on Monday. That's it, and be done with it, because my channel's not growing, and but I do want to be there for people that supported me all this time. I'm not cutting anybody out. Don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking about cutting things down to make it. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Truthfully, I'm just thinking out loud things that I may or may not do. Ford guy says, "Hey y'all." BB says, "Love your news." Yeah, it seems like a lot of people do like that. And so I'll continue doing it as long as I continue to watch. Do you guys know how many days it takes me to get that cut and get it up? I did better this week. The news was longer, but I believe it was 3 different sit downs cutting the news. 3 different days. And then you have to edit it, stitch it, put in the pictures, things. So I'm going to say 3 days, at least 3, I won't say hard working days, but 3 major days to get all that put together. Hi from South Carolina from Fisherman 12. I know South Carolina's hot. I was there once, went to Charleston. For one, as I went to downtown Charleston, historical area, gorgeous city. And then we went to, I want to say, Billy Graham's library, where he's buried and stuff. I believe that was in Charleston somewhere. Aikens or something like that. I can't remember. Um, I figured while I was there, I might as well go there. I'm not a real religious guy, but I got nothing against it. But the one thing I know about Billy Graham, he'd been around a long time. And of all the different preachers and religious people in this world that keep talking about you should do right, you should do right, Billy Graham was never accused of anything wrong. Got to respect that, right? So I went to his library, which was very, very interesting, I thought. And if you haven't been to Billy Graham's library, unless they've changed theirs now, and I don't know, it's very nice the way it's set up. You'll see things there. Like one is parking there is totally free. That's a novelty, ain't it? Two, the barn there, where a lot of his stuff is in, that the outside of that barn, the siding on the barn, came from the original milk barn that him and his father, I believe, as a boy, they used to milk cows. That came from that barn. That's cool. And then, of course, as you walk down the sidewalk, there's a guy at the end of the sidewalk that'll point something out for you that you really won't notice, is the sidewalk that goes out to his grave and other people's graves that are buried there. It's in a perfect cross. And he tells you a story about Billy Graham said he always wanted to be buried at the heel of the cross or something like that. And the cross starts at his grave. And so that was cool. And there's a lot of things there that's just interesting to see. His boyhood home is there. You get a tour of that. It's basically a self-walking tour, but there's a lot of volunteers there that when you go through something, you can ask any question you want and they'll explain it to you. They're very knowledgeable. And so, and it wasn't very much to go in this thing too. It's like, I want to say for the whole thing, I was there like maybe, I want to say 4 years ago. I got a video, actually. You go down and watch the video. It's in the RV channel. I think it's in the RV channel. I could be wrong. It might be on this one. But it was like $5 a person, donated $5, and the money goes to support the upkeep of that whole library thing there. And so I'd recommend going there. It's pretty neat. Good Lord. You're going to have to excuse me. Oh, man. I got sweat in my eye. Whew. Margie says, I watch your RV channel, don't have an RV. Well, that's cool. There's a lot of things I watch on YouTube that I don't do either. Like one is I got two favorite full-time sailboat people living on the sailboat and traveling the world. And I like to watch that. I because that's what I wanted to do originally when I retired. I can't, but I watch it. Yeah, it's cool. Why not? So I hurt somebody. Hot job, KT. Ain't seen you on here for a while. Says, keep doing what you do. I do. I'll always be the original Villagers YouTuber that had the vision to bring the villages to the masses. I did. I mean, I'm not bragging. I did. When I first came down here, and nobody had a YouTube channel. It was really kind of a new thing that nobody really kind of understood, or at least somebody my age didn't. And then one day, I don't know what I was doing, but anyway, I just had this idea. I thought, I wonder if I could do a YouTube channel here to help people, because whenever we would run into somebody, my email got passed around a lot to other people. And so they were sending us a lot of emails saying, can you tell us about this or tell us about that? So what I would do is I'd just take still pictures and I'd write them an email And then along with that, there'd be maybe a half a dozen pictures on that email. And that's what we did for a while. And then once I kind of learned how the YouTube thing worked, then I started taking these, when you first start doing something, you're not very good at it. So we took video with our cell phone, which I've learned, of course, cell phones today are better than they was back then, but back then the cell phone stuff sucked. And I put 1 minute and 2 minute videos on there talking about some particular thing. And then it escalated from that. When people would ask about what does an iris model look like, which gives me the idea of doing home tours. So when they would have an open house for a house for sale and it was an iris model, I'd go over there with my camera and walk around, well, my cell phone, and walk around taking pictures and talking, and then put that on YouTube. No editing. I didn't have an editor. I didn't know how to do it. And it just escalated from that. So I'd done that for like 4 or 5 years, I suppose, and then I got better at it. I started getting camera gear. Once I learned a little more about it, started getting camera gear, and oh my gosh, there goes an EMS with flashing lights, and things like that, and until it's gotten to where it is now. I don't know who that was, but yeah, there's flashing lights on there. What's that?
Put on the back of your neck.
I already got one.
Put on the back of you.
Oh. William Barr says, Skip, did you see that the company that makes yardsticks are not making them any longer? That's good. That's good. I got the YouTube Studio app. That doesn't help as far as downloading stuff. I got the YouTube Studio app on here, but it's not the same as what's on the computer. On the computer, I know how to go directly to my analytics. The Studio app here doesn't do that. And I haven't played with it on my cell phone, to be honest with you. And that's how I learn about this stuff. I'll be in there watching TV, and I'll get my cell phone out, and I'll start hitting buttons trying to figure out how to do certain particular things the next time that I go to do that. And the Studio app on my cell phone, I've really never messed with, but I do have it. See, I did it again. See how it works this way, but I can't get it to turn. Did it flip? There it goes. Yeah, Skip Smith's RV and Skip and Sue's RV Adventures. Yeah, that'll probably work, but I changed the name of that channel a long time ago. It even says so on all the videos anymore. It'll come up on the top right, usually the top right hand side of the screen. It'll say Skip and Sue RV Thing, and that's the name of the channel now. But the RV Adventures thing will probably still work too. Have you ever thought of having a Facebook page? Well, I've had a Facebook page about the villages now for 7 or 8 years. It's on there. It's always been on there. And I put messages on there. There's pictures on there. There's stuff on there. Not near as much on my YouTube channel, but there's stuff on there to give you an idea what my YouTube channel is. And I put notes on there all the time. Don't leave messages on here. I'm using this page to get you to come to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And there's links on there to my YouTube channel and everything else. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think that Facebook page is doing me much good at all. But it's always on there. It's called Skip Smith The Villages, just like before. So it's there. Says, you're a genius. Nothing like sitting on the front porch and making dollars. Well, I'm not sure how many dollars, because all this is advertisement free. There's nothing here, no money here at all. And other than that one super chat I got, she wants these, and that's what that's for. And all that money goes to the kids. So me making money here, no, I don't make any money here at all. And I don't care about making money here, but you know, if I did make money, it would go for these, or the $50 would go for shaving this off. All of it ends up going to the Wish Kids Foundation, every bit of it. And so that's what that's all about. The only money that I actually do make a little bit would be my AdSense money from Google on the YouTube videos. And this is why I said, you know, you got to watch them videos, because the more people to watch is the more money you make. It ain't necessarily subscribers. Having a lot of subscribers is really nice, but that's really not where the money's at. The money is in how many people watch your videos in a certain length of time. It's based on that. So when somebody gets 45,000 views in 5 days, and let's say I get, I don't know, let's say I get 1,500 views in 5 days, I make nothing, because it's all on the 45,000. And here's an interesting fact, because I know a guy. He's got 2,000 subscribers, and good for him. He's working hard at it. But he gets a lot of view time, and I don't know why, but he does. He has 2,000 subscribers, and at the end of a week, he may have 50,000 views on a video. I'm not sure where them 50,000 come from with only 2,000 subscribers, but the math there just don't even add up. But that's how people are. They won't subscribe. They got their reasons. They just won't do it, but they do watch. So with 50,000 views and only 2,000 subscribers, he will make more money. I've got, I think, around 11,000 subscribers now, but I only get like 1,500 to 2,000 views. He'll make 10 times more money than I do with less subscribers because of how much views he gets. This is why we're always saying, share my videos with your friends, because if they watch, that's view time I get. That kind of stuff. So anyway, it's all competition, and it's all out there. And of course, I don't do things to make any matters any better, really, because somebody will say something, and then I say something, and then they unsubscribe. And like I say, when you make one person mad, you're not losing that person as a subscriber. You're losing that person and his whole family, because he knows a dozen people. He'll tell them. He'll make up some story on his side of it, without these people even hearing my side of it. They'll just unsubscribe because they're friends, and that's how it goes. So that's why most people, not me, are really kind of leery of answering questions. And then when they do, they pick the questions they want to answer. They don't pick the hard ones. They go through their lists, and then they'll say, oh, we got this question from Mary. Mary wants to know, where did you get that beautiful color to go in the bathroom walls? Those are the questions they answer. Me, I'm the guy saying, you know, I'm trying to get Ed McGinty on my W&L show as a guest. Who's told you that of any of these other places? I am, but he ain't answered me, so I don't think he's going to do it. By the way, hot job, KT. When are you guys going to agree to come on my show as a guest? You and the whole fire department. You guys ain't working 24 hours a day. You guys can do it. So surely you can take a lunch hour and come out, and we'll do a live thing. I'll record it, actually, so I can edit things out, and then I'll put it up as a short little video on W&L or something. Because everybody's always asking who gave us those pink shirts for the breast cancer month. And it's you guys, the firemen. I wear your hat all the time. Get together with me so we can cut a short little video or something, a 5-minute video saying hi to each other and thank you and whatever, you know. Desmond says, I got auto-corrected. Don't you hate that? Auto-corrected. I get them too, and I hate it. This thing getting hot. I better check it again. Well, I don't know. She said, put this on your neck so you won't get so hot. See what I got? Can you see it? Oh, God. I'm sorry. I just find it hilarious. I can't get this behind there either. I don't think so. Let me see if I can set it here to help out. Come on, baby. Don't fall down. Come on. Ooh. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Boy, if you guys could only see this precarious position here. Okay, let me answer a few more questions or let me harass. Let me see if I can make somebody else mad. Speaking of RV, real quick, I have got I'm antsy. I'm ready to go somewhere. It doesn't mean anywhere spectacular. I'm just ready to go somewhere. I am so sick of sitting here. For years now. First it was COVID, and then it was COVID number 2, and now it's COVID number 3, and now it's $5 gas. I'm so sick of this. This is the problem in this world of being poor. Who said that? Where's it at? Retirement 50s. So, do I consider my channel as a hobby? What? Let me see it again. Can't see with these glasses are getting wet. Do you consider, where's it at? So, Skip, do you consider your YouTube channel a job or a hobby? Well, it started out as just, I wouldn't even call it a hobby, really. It started out as a way for Sue and I to help people that wanted to move down here, but they didn't know anything about it. They were nervous. Our first house, like I've told people before, we bought it online. I've never done that in my life. So I understand the nervousness about buying something online, but after I did it, I realized what the process was. People that's never bought anything online here, they don't know what that process is. And they're always concerned about, especially now, hackers. How do I know I'm actually sending my money to the right place and this isn't some hack job? Well, and so we thought we could help with that. And then other things about, we had a patio villa, 2-bedroom patio villa is our first home. As you all know, I always wanted to be a snowbird. I just thought that was the perfect life. We could go north and play with the grandkids and blah, blah, blah. And in the wintertime, come down here and get away from it. Well, a patio villa or 2-bedroom courtyard villa is perfect for that. They're just perfect for that. And that's what I intended to do. Well, then when retirement finally did come around, and we actually had to crunch numbers, the idea of up north having a home that nobody's living in the middle of winter, keeping the furnace running so the water pipes don't break, freeze and break, and stuff, right? Keep the snow out of the driveway so it looks like somebody's living there so your house don't get robbed. And things like the gutters could get full of ice. The gutters could fall off the house. Next thing you know, you go back up north, your house looks like it's fallen in, The idea of doing all that and getting taken care of, and on top of that, paying things down here. Because when you go north, you actually have to keep paying things here. Your trash bill does not stop. Your property taxes does not stop. The insurance on a house does not stop. There's a lot of things. Your amenity fees, all these things, they do not stop. Well, when we got to adding all those numbers up, I just decided, look, we're going to have to make a decision. Either we're going to stay here and go down there maybe and rent something for the winter or something, or we're going to have to go down there full time and come up here in the summer to visit when we can. And so the latter is what we decided to do. We wanted to be here more here than there, especially when I got close to retirement, because our grandkids were grown up. They didn't want to be around us old people. You know, we smell funny to the grandkids, right? And so, yeah, we came down here, and we just go up there and visit when we can. And so, it was an informative kind of a thing. Today, let me tell you, with things going on the way it is, with me anyway, it's a little bit about supplementing my income a little bit. I don't need a lot, but if I can make an extra couple of $100 a month, that goes a long way for, like, I don't know, paying for medicine. That goes a long way for $5 a gallon. That goes a long way to help put gas in the car, to go do grocery shopping. And so it's a little bit of that, truthfully. But we also still like to put information out there for people because we've been here for so long. I've got a perspective of what I see here that'll be totally different from some new person that buys a brand new house in Finney. They're going to buy a house down there, and their videos are going to be this, because we did them. What it was like to buy a home. What was the closing process like? We're getting our house inspected. Here's what a house inspection is going to be like. We're having our first driveway party, and here's our driveway party. Let's talk to 2 or 3 of my neighbors here at this driveway party and see what they think. Here's the pool party we're going to go to. They all do it. We did it 10 times over. But the perspective that I see is how the bond is increasing in every area they go to. The construction quality of some things to increase their profit level is changing. And I show you on the videos, like the golf cart trail. I showed you specifically what was wrong with the golf cart trails down by the Finney area. And I showed you specifically how they're done here. And they're done here the same way they're done all the way up to Nancy Lopez, the other side of Spanish Springs. They're all done the same way. That was a major change down there. Why they done it that way? It had to be to save money for some reason. I don't know what that is for. If they raised the bonds, you know, to what is it now, $40,000 a house and going up from that? I don't understand, but they did. So that's what I see, and this is the stuff I try to put out there. Here's the surprising factor: 75% of the people that are thinking about moving here, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to know. I don't know why they don't want to know, but they don't want to know. They're more interested in somebody running around with a smile on their face, talking to the people and say, hey, what's your dog's name? Oh, Spotty. Oh, where's he from? Where are you guys from? How do you think of the village? You like it here? Isn't it great? And that's all well and good, but that's what they want to know. These are the same people that used to subscribe to my channel because I keep up with them, that left my channel to subscribe to that channel. And then when I send them a little email saying, hey, I didn't notice this or that, can you tell me why? Because I'm trying to improve my channel. I need to know this. I need to get this feedback. And here they sit back saying, well, you always talking about some of the negative stuff around here, and we really just don't want to hear it. Okay. There's nothing I can do about that. I just say, have a good day, and I just move on. There's nothing I can do about it. Joanne Clegg, hi from Ohio. I used to go to Columbus, Ohio every night. I did that for over 5 years for UPS, going down there. Sweet potatoes and carrots for dinner. Jerry, you might be right. All I know, she brought it out here and said, put this on your neck. I don't know. I think it was my dad. He had a shoulder operation way back when. And the doctor then told him to take a bag of frozen peas, I believe it was, and just lay that on your shoulder at night. He said that'll help with the pain. I'm not sure why the doctor would do that back then, unless they just didn't have this other stuff. But yeah, and so Mom actually went to the store and bought 2 bags of frozen peas. One of them for Dad, and while it was on his shoulder, the other bag was in the freezer getting frozen. Then when this one here would warm up, she put it back in her freezer and then put the other one in here. And when Dad's shoulder healed up, I think we had vegetable soup. Says, we are on COVID 5 here in Gulfport, Mississippi. I've lost track of all this COVID stuff. I really have. I know that Linda sent me a thing the other day from California because, that's where she's at right now. And she says this new variant coming through, she said, is scary. I had never heard of it because, like I just said, I don't watch the news very much. I said, I don't know. I never heard of it. So she sent me this link that I'll claim guilty to in case she's watching. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know what it is or anything about it. But yeah, I guess there's another one coming around. But I sent her an email letting her know that, well, here in Florida, all I hear about now is the monkeypox, whatever the hell a monkeypox is. Apparently it's not fatal, but it's some kind of a sickness of something. I don't know if it's airborne or what it is, but it's called monkeypox. Hi, Gail Stall Cup. Juju Bean says, I got it, Skip. Let's switch houses for a week. Where are you at, Juju Bean? Y'all come here to Timbridge Resort, where I live, and I will come there. Where's that at? I don't even know where you're at. I might take you up on it. Where are you at? Tell me. When I was a Goldwing rider, I was a member of a club called Goldwing Road Riders. And it was nationwide. They have their own book that they send you once a year. Has all the Goldwing members' phone numbers in it and things like that. In case you're in some state and your motorcycle breaks down, you can get this book out and you could call one of the other Goldwing members and he might be able to come out and help you, assist you. Well, one of the things that they offered in that club was what you're talking about right here, swapping houses for a week or whatever. So let's say somebody had a house down by Disney World and I wanted to come down to Disney World for, say, a week. And somebody down there wanted to come to Indianapolis where I used to live. And they wanted my house for a week because they wanted to go to the 500-mile race or the Brickyard 400 or whatever it is over there. We did that. I would go to his house for a week. He'd go to my house for a week. We always knew that we'd take care of each other's houses, and it didn't cost us anything. So what you're talking about, we used to do. Oh, my God, who sent me $100? Willie. That's all it says is Willie. Okay, Willie, are you wanting to see me shave this off, Willie? If you do, you got to send me an email, buddy. Email me your email because I'm going to send out a link when I do that only to the people that donated for the Shave Your Face Foundation. But no kidding, man. Thanks a lot for the $100. I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, I might even, if you send me your mailing address, I might even sell you a couple of ink pens too. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. Fox Trader says Juju Bean scam sadly. Am I missing? Wait a minute. Let me see. I got it, Skip. Let's switch houses. Oh yeah. Let me know. I might do that. If you're not scamming me. I see what he's saying now. Yeah, they have all these scams down here. That's okay. I know what to do. Matter of fact, this Friday's news has some of that on there about vacation scammers, rentals here. There's some other stuff on there too. I can't remember it all. When I cut the video, that's really the way it is with me. I do the news. I edit it very, very as closely as I can to tighten it up as much as I can. I know a lot of you don't like it when you see the video kind of jump a little bit where I've edited it. But I'll tell you what, if I don't edit those breaths, like I'll take a breath, I cut that out. Because there's so many of them in there, the news will be 2 hours long, and I know you don't want to see that. BB says, I used to sing in Billy Graham's choir during stadium. No kidding. That's so cool. Listen, and I'm not saying anything about anything. I'm not a big religious person at all. Never have been. I don't go to any regular church at all. Never did. But I always liked Billy Graham. I don't know if I liked his voice, the way he talked. Um, I don't know. I can't put a finger on it. But I always respected Billy Graham because he never ever got himself into any kind of a controversial problem like seemed like all the other so-called preachers do. I go back so far, if you guys remember, in Anderson, Indiana, and I don't remember exactly where it was at. There was a field somewhere, and it was either Billy Graham or it was Oral Roberts. I can't remember which one. But hey, man, what?
Hey, Skip.
How you doing?
All right, Mike Q.
How you doing?
Just wanted to say hello.
Oh, you coming up?
No, I don't want to interfere.
You ain't bothering me. I'm about to close this out anyway.
I just want to say hello.
Okay.
I got some guys painting the garage floor today.
Painting your garage?
Yeah, painting the garage floor today. So they're gonna come back and put a.
Who'd you get?
On. My wife texted me and said, "Skip's out porch setting." I thought I'll just run by and say hello real quick.
I appreciate it. Who'd you get to do your garage floor?
Tim Miller.
I don't know him.
Yeah, Tim Miller.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them that does it, so they all do a good job.
Yeah.
They're all overpriced.
Yeah, well, this was 1660.
I think for my driveway and this porch here, not this, just the painting part of it,
Yeah.
I want to say was 1100.
Yeah. You had Romaldo do it, right?
I had Romaldo do it. He worked for me for a long time. I just liked the guy. My garage floor, though, big mistake. It was epoxied by some other guy when I first got here that was recommended by somebody I know. Didn't know the guy. He came out here and did it. I wouldn't recommend that guy to anybody.
Peeling up.
Not peeling up so bad, it stains.
Oh, really?
Epoxy's not supposed to do that.
No.
Mine is. Mine's just literally falling apart.
Yeah, this holds up pretty good.
Oh, yeah, this is great. Romaldo's came out. He sealed it twice in 2 years. And so far, we haven't had any problem with it other than the fact that I probably don't take care of it like I'm supposed to.
I don't either.
I get a little lazy about that.
No. Yeah, I figure I'm down here for 2 weeks. I thought I'd just stop.
Oh, you're not retired yet?
Probably November. We'll be here full time.
Okay.
But I don't. My work still wants me to work down here remotely. We might have a big job at Cape Canaveral. They want me to run that and everything. So I don't know.
So what do? Go there and just stay there for a week or two at a time?
Maybe we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But
Well, life could be worse.
it could be. I could have a couple more years to go. I don't want that.
Yeah. Well, things here is pretty good.
Yeah. And,
What do you do now that you're here? Do you play golf? Do you
well,
go to squares?
I don't have any. I'm not on our system, so I went out. I have my daughter down here with me. She's working from home here,
Uh-huh.
and we went out last night. But I'd like to play, but I got a couple things I want to get done. There's
Right.
so many leagues to get involved in and all that. I got to wait till I really get
Yeah.
down here. So
Yeah. It's kind of a.
you don't play anymore, do you?
Nah, I give it up.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a couple of guys around here just pricks.
Yeah.
And I just and they.
Well, if you want to go out, my treat. We'll go to a country club next week. Let me
Well-
know if you want to get out.
I might. I've thought about playing a game here and there, but I haven't played for so long that I'd probably go out there and you guys be standing off to the side going, Jesus, is he ever going to hit that
It
ball?
don't make any difference. My daughter never played before. I had her out at Sarasota last night. We waited till it was late, and she did okay. She's on 45.
You like Sarasota?
It's okay. I'm right by there. It's a
Yeah.
mile from my house.
Yeah.
So I go to the range there all the time.
Go to Volusia.
Volusia's closed right now.
Oh, they're
doing
fixing it
maintenance
up.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. They do that.
Yeah.
But Volusia, as
There's
far
no
as I
flags
know,
out or anything.
Volusia is the most popular, and I'm surprised about it, is the most popular executive course in all the
Is it
villages.
really?
Yeah.
Well, there's no flags out or anything, so I know it's
They've
closed.
taken it down then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought Sweet Gum would have probably been one of the most popular. Or maybe, what's that other one right next to it? It's got 2 par 4s on it. You don't find very many par 4s on executive
No,
course.
no. Well, Volusia has a par 4, right?
Yeah.
They have one par 4 along the waste
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, I think Volusia is because of the hills and the scenery there that people really like it.
Yeah, it's
That's
nice.
where the alligator scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
You know the long par four.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hit a really good drive. You ain't gonna believe this.
Over the hill.
Over the hill, rolled, bounced, went all the way down and landed right next to the pond, next to the green. That was my drive.
Oh wow.
Lucky, right?
Yeah.
So I go down there and I got my iron to kind of chip up on the green. And as I'm sitting there, and I chipped it. I actually did. I hit the ball and I chipped up there. And when I looked down to see what kind of divot I may have laid down there was this 3 or 4 foot alligator laying within 6 inches of my foot. And it's a wonder I didn't hit him in the nose with my
Look
iron.
for your divot. And you seen his nose there instead.
Oh my God! That's when I realized you won't see him. If they're laying underwater, the odds are you ain't going to see them.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm glad to see you down here.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you up. I just thought I'd stop by and say hello. And maybe when I get down here full time in November or something, I'll stop by. Maybe we go out or something.
Yeah, I'm always around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it is here.
$5 a gallon gas. I can't take the RV
It's
nowhere.
terrible. And I towed a little trailer down here just to bring a few things down.
Yeah.
With my wife's CRV. She has a Honda CRV. I only
Yeah.
got to tow about 1,500 pounds. She usually gets about 30 miles a gallon with that, 32. I got 16 on the way down with the trailer. Fully loaded CRV with the trailer loaded. 16 miles.
Makes a difference.
It was 260, 270 bucks.
When I take the RV anywhere,
Oh, that's
on an
what it's for.
average,
Yeah,
it's
that's
about
what
10 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
Towing my car, just a car, it'll drop down to 7 to 8.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. So it's a big difference.
Unbelievable. So now I'm going back light. I'm going back with the empty trailer and an empty car. I want to see the difference, see how much difference it makes. But the trailer by itself is about 700 pounds, so it really shouldn't be too bad. But
You got brakes on the trailer?
No, it's a single
Okay.
axle.
I
That,
just-
that thing doesn't tow anything.
Yeah,
The
I
CRV
just
don't
want
tow
to
nothing.
make sure brake ain't hanging up on you. That's
Yeah,
all.
that doesn't tow enough weight to have,
Yeah.
tandem.
Yeah.
So, well, good to see you.
Are you still over in Fernandino?
Charlotte.
Okay, Charlotte.
Yeah.
I was thinking Fernandino for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah,
Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah. Yeah, Fernandino's next, right? Fernandino's next, and then Charlotte. Then we
Shoot.
got Pinella's over here in Gilbert.
Yeah, there's so many villages. I
There's so-
can't keep
there's so
track of
many.
all of them.
I don't know how many there are.
There's a lot.
I'm a newbie here. I don't know how many.
They said, where do you live at? I said, 10 minutes from Brownwood.
Yeah, we're almost right in the middle.
Yeah.
We're half a mile difference between Sumter Landing and Brownwood.
Yeah.
So
It's hard.
which is
It's
nice.
hard to
We
explain
thought-
that to somebody who's never been here.
We were going to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
In between those two. We're not at the bottom anymore.
No,
We're in the middle.
no. And the further south they keep going, our location just keeps getting better.
That's right. Yeah, it does.
I don't know where that ends.
Our friend from work, my friend from work, she bought a place last year in St. Catharines,
Uh-huh.
a new place. And I'm going to meet up with her on Saturday. And they love it down there. There's not a whole lot to do. They got some nice centers coming in now, but they still come up here.
Talk to her in 5 years when everything gets going down there.
Yeah.
She'll tell you about all the trouble they have down there.
Yeah, it seems to be.
That's the way it works.
Seems to be. Well, it's the people with their kids moving in, their 30, 40-year-old kid.
I don't get it.
It's a 40-year-old kid, and they're still in with their parents.
I don't know. I don't get it
That's
either,
the
man.
parents' fault. My wife just told me, she said in Philly, we're out about 30 miles from Philly, 2 kids robbed an old man, 70-some-year-old man,
Yeah.
at 4 o'clock in the morning. A 10-year-old and a 14-year-old.
What are they doing that at 4 in the morning?
That's what the guy asked them that. They were playing basketball with a bunch of other kids. He says, what are you doing at 4 o'clock in the morning now? He was out for a stroll.
Right.
They didn't like it. They went over and they killed him.
Well, you probably find out whatever town they're from and
Their
everything.
mother turned him in.
There probably is no curfew.
No, their mother turned him in. She turned him into the cops.
What can I tell you? It's the world we live in nowadays.
Unbelievable. I don't understand it.
I don't either.
You know, we went to school. Everybody had pocket knives. You had a pickup truck with a rifle in it.
Yeah,
a
we did
shotgun.
too.
It's a school. Nobody took them out. You beat the hell
See,
out
the
of one
thing is,
another.
you never even thought about
Never
it.
thought about it.
What's different between then and now?
And you get in a fight with somebody, you beat the hell out of one another. Next day, you're best friends again.
Yeah.
Right? Now they'll just kill you.
Yeah.
Move on.
I don't know, man. I don't get it all either. I really don't. You know what they ought to do to straighten a lot of this out? Bring back the draft.
Yeah, that would help.
Act up in school.
Well, it would give people discipline. It would give them discipline.
Well, I can only tell you with my granddaughters. Maybe I'm lucky. I don't know. They were the sweetest kids. I know every grandparent says that, right? We never had to do anything. My oldest boy, he knew how to look over his shoulder all the time, so I never had a problem with him. But my youngest boy, oh my God.
Sometimes they need it. They actually need it.
So, I never whipped him or anything, but I lived on a farm.
Yeah.
where I could make you do things
That's right.
for the next week, you're cleaning out all the hog pens.
Yeah,
You know?
that's how they learn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't do that anymore.
No.
Kids out at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. No, my mom would never allow that.
No, no. And you know, and when I was growing up, if I acted up over the neighbor's house, they'd smack me around. I'd come home and tell my mother. She said, "Yo, good, you probably deserve
You
it."
probably had it coming.
Yeah, you had
That's
to-
what my mom always said. I said, hey, Marilyn whipped me down there. Well, you probably had it coming.
Mrs. Murphy hit me. Oh well, you probably deserve it. And I walked away. And if I acted up again, she'd smack me.
I remember one time my mom, and she was just joking around, but it was just funny. I never forgot it. I walked in the house, she just smacked me at the back of the head. I said, what was that for? She said, probably for something you did that I never caught you at.
That's what it was. I got the same treatment. All right, you take care. I'll be back.
All right, man.
For some time.
I'm always around.
Say hello.
See you, bub. I'm sorry, man. I love it when people just drop by. He's a subscriber from a long time ago. He bought a house down here because of a few of my videos. And apparently his wife told him I was doing Porch Settin, so he swung by. Oh, well, let me see what other questions I got, and then I'm going to close this out because it's probably been too long now. People are probably getting sick of listening to this. Let me find me. I done lost me. I lost me. But the $100 super chat, man, email. Send me your address and your email, and then I'll include you into the big shave off. Let me repeat one more time for those that just tuned in. I'm going to shave all this off the day after this month's WNL. And then the ones that gave me the $50 donations on PayPal or on Super Chat, this guy's included, I'm going to send them a private link to the video of me shaving this off. And then you're not going to see me until the next WNL. I might do videos, but you're just not going to see me on the next WNL. That'll give me 5 weeks, because I think it's a 5-week month this next month, to kind of grow this back for the next WNL show. And so that's how it's going to work. But thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. The kids appreciate it. And email me your address, and I'll mail you a couple of those. Says I might swing by skipping Sue's house while he's online just for fun and giggles. I don't care. I got a refrigerator full of beer in there. I don't care. 2 big bottles of wine. It's always the cheap stuff, but we got 2 big bottles of wine. I got a 1/5 of some kind of whiskey in there we can mix with Coke, or you can just have regular Coke. I don't care. Sweet tea. Makes no difference to me. Take a ride in my souped up club car. Well, there's a few souped up golf carts around here, that's for sure. I had a neighbor, he's not here now, he moved out years ago, but he had an electric cart. And I don't know if the guy was an electric whiz or what, but I have never seen an electric cart here run as fast as his. And as far as I know, he never got caught. But his cart would go 30 miles an hour. And I don't mean it took him a minute or two to go 30 miles an hour. It would almost put you back in that seat when he hit that gas. So I don't know if he bought a motor and put on it. He bought this golf cart that way. I don't know. I never asked him. All I know is of all the golf carts I've seen around the villages, I mean just regular golf carts, not street legal carts, he had the fastest one I ever saw. Russell said, yeah, do it, Mark. You can be our next guest on WNL show, and you can come dressed in drag. KM says, we'll pay $50 for Skip's kids to dress in drag and go to Skip's next porch setting. Oh, darn, Skip sees this. Yeah, I do. That'll be next Wednesday. We'll see if he shows up in drag. And if he does, all my neighbors are going to be wondering, good Lord, who in the heck is that over at Skip's house? Vic says you can put a Navitas motor to do that. Maybe. I don't know anything about it. All I know is this thing would, as they say, this thing would just get up and go. And it was just amazing. Control-wise, as far as going left or right at that speed, I'm not sure how bad that would be. But in a straight line, when he would hit it, um, it was impressive. What was that flying around my face? Was his last name Must? No. This guy was one of the, I'll say, and don't take this the wrong way, the strangest guys I ever had to play golf with. I played golf with 100 guys. A lot of them with a lot of disabilities. My disability is I've lost half my hearing because of driving a semi-truck for so long. I guess that's my basic disability. If you ask other people, they might tell you my disability is a lot of things, but basically it's my hearing. But I played golf with guys that couldn't hear, period. They were deaf. And so they did sign language. So when I used to set up the golf games for 70 guys every week, every Wednesday, I included anybody. I didn't care who it was. And so when a guy moved in our neighborhood that was deaf, he wanted to play golf, and he sent me an email. Well, I didn't know he was deaf at the time. I sent him an email back saying, sure, I'll put you in for next Wednesday's game. He sent me one back to tell me he was deaf. So I sent him an email back saying, let me get back with you on this. I emailed a guy I know back here who has a brother that's deaf. And I asked him, I said, I'm going to assume I know the answer, but I want to hear it from you. Do you know sign language? And he said, oh, absolutely. He said, that's my second language. I said, a new guy in the neighborhood, he's deaf, and he only speaks with sign language, and I don't want to put him in with anybody because he wouldn't be able to communicate, right? He said, oh, put him in my group. He said, that gives me a chance to do my sign language again. He said, I haven't done that in years. So I did, and the guy played in that group from that point on, and we never had a problem with the guy, ever. Well, getting back to the fast golf cart. The guy that owned that golf cart that lived here, he's not here now, he had Parkinson's. And he shook, okay? I mean, it's just uncontrollable shaking. And I used to put him in my golf cart with me all the time because I was always fascinated by watching this guy play golf. He was kind of like Mel Tillis. Stuttered like crazy until he sang. And then he didn't stutter at all, right? This guy shook like crazy. Standing, walking, sitting in a golf cart. Couldn't help it. But he'd get up on the tee, and he would grab his club, and all the way up there, he would have these uncontrollable shaking. And he'd get his club lined up to the ball to hit the ball. Right before he started to take that swing, his shaking totally stopped. I mean, totally stopped. And then he'd hit the ball, and then while he was watching the ball fly away in the air, his shaking would start again. And I asked him about it. I said, you got to know you do that, right? He said, yeah, I know. He said, I mentioned it to the doctor. They thought my shaking might be a psychological thing. So he said, I was tested several times to confirm the fact that I do have Parkinson's. He said, I was really hoping that maybe I was misdiagnosed. He said, but there's no answer for it. They just said it has to be mind control, and there was no answer for it. I always found that fascinating. The way he shook, you had to see it. This is the guy that had that golf cart. And as a golfer, I have no answer for any of it. But he was a pretty good golfer too. Wrestler Mania, ain't you working? Aren't you at work yet? Don't you work for a living? Work, man. You get in there and pay them Social Security taxes, because old Dave needs the money. Somebody from Indiana, tell me where that come from. That's an old thing from Indiana. Old Dave needs the money. Well, here's another one in Indiana people should understand that a lot of the world probably won't is, Mother, put the coffee pot on. I'm heading home. Okay, I think I've rambled on enough here. So it's hot, and I'm lucky the rag seemed to work. We didn't shut off. So I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, thanks for all the super chats for the kids. I'm going in there and I'm gonna download it now, and I'm gonna put your name to the list. Just remember, the shaving is going to be the day after WNL this month, and those that made the donations, you'll be getting a secret link to that video, and nobody else is going to get it. So I appreciate it. And anybody else that puts in a $50 donation in the PayPal account, or any of the live stuff I do until the WNL show. At that point, I won't take any more. I can put you down also for that. Otherwise, ink pen set like right here, flashlight, ink pen, $10. All that money's going to go to the kids also until we run out of them. I've got like, I think a half of one case and half of another case. Between the two halves, I have one full case left. Half dark blue, half light blue. That's all I got. And then that'll be the end of that. So thanks everybody for showing up. I really appreciate it. The news this Friday is going to be a long one. It's just the way it is. And with that being said, I'll just say thanks for coming to Porch Settin', and I'll see you guys on the other side.